So this guy says, Jonathan, listen to what he says to his very best friend David. Listen to this, I'm going to explain this to you. He says, come out to the field with me. Did I say hello? Hi. But come on, let's get this. Come out to the field with me, Jonathan replied. And they went out there together. Then Jonathan told David, I promise by the Lord, the God of Israel, that by this time tomorrow or the next day at the latest, I will talk to my father and let you know at once how he feels about you. If he speaks favorably about you, I will let you know. But if he is angry and wants you killed, may the Lord strike me and even kill me if I don't warn you so you can escape and live. May the Lord be with you as he used to be with my father. And may you treat me with the faithful love of the Lord as long as I live. This is Jonathan talking to David. But if I die, treat my family with this same faithful love, even when the Lord destroys all your enemies from the face of the earth. So Jonathan made a solemn pact with David, saying, may the Lord destroy all your enemies. And Jonathan made David reaffirm his vow of friendship again. For David loved Jonathan. For Jonathan loved David as he loved himself. You must know of King David in the Bible, writer of so many Psalms. And you may know the story of Jonathan, who was the son of the first king of Israel, King Saul. And you may know about King Saul and how the people wanted a king and God gave them a king, and King Saul was that person, and he appeared to be just the right type, just the perfect. He was tall, handsome, and a warrior. He could do things. And so he appeared to be the man for the job. And it wasn't too long after he was appointed king that, I'll say it in this terms, it kind of went to his head. And the Lord decided that David was going to be the next king. But there's this period in between where it was known by King Saul that David was going to be the king after him, but David wasn't yet the king. And so Saul had turned on David, long story short of this, and David was eating at his table. David played, the lyre for him, and played and sang and everything, and was a real close member of the family. And he and Jonathan were just soulmates, just bosom buddies, as you can hear from what I read to you. David loved, or Jonathan, it says, loved David as he loved himself. David has said to him, your dad's trying to kill me. Now, what is that to say over a hamburger? Your dad trying to kill me, man. And so where I picked up the story, David was explained that to Jonathan, and Jonathan was like, I don't believe that's the case. I know he's done some crazy things. I know about the spirit he threw at you and all that, but, dad can be dad, and I don't believe he wants to kill you. But here's what you need to know, Jonathan's saying to David. I'm your friend. I'm committed to you. And in being committed to you, I'm committed to what's right. And if dad wants to kill you, that's wrong. And I stand with you as opposed to standing even with my blood if my blood is wrong. Are you getting anything out of this? And this doesn't mean go home and tell your parents they're terrible or anything like that. Not at all. But listen to this. So he says, I'm your friend. I'm your friend at this level that most of us maybe don't even know how to grapple with. Because he said, may the Lord destroy your enemies. And when he said it, he knew that it potentially meant his own father. But he committed himself to this relationship with David, to being his friend. And he wasn't going to back down from that now that things were getting sticky and hairy and difficult. Do you know everybody needs friends like that? I know. You need one too, and you wish you had one, and there are people that have messed you up and they used to be your friends and all like that. Let me say something else. Most of us want to be David with a good friend like Jonathan. But do you know what I think the Lord is saying to me when I read that section of Scripture? I think he's saying to me, and maybe you are hearing the same thing, No, there need to be more Jonathans who are that level and of commitment in their friendship to the Davids in their lives. Of the two of them, who had the most to lose? Jonathan is a prince. He's the heir apparent. And here he is talking language like the saying, I affirm that God has called you to be the next king, not me. And I'm the natural next order. I affirm that my father, if he wants to kill you, is wrong. I affirm that God has his hand on you and is blessing you. And I affirm that I'm not jealous of it in any way, shape, or form. May your blessings continue. What I really want out of this is for our relationship to continue down through the generations of our children. Now that's a friend.